Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Dublin venue of Changeling, where we will start this lovely adventure is with our good with our good friend and good host Baron Voidfrost. Um, he recently got word that basically the the lovely place of Newshire is basically holding a festival. This could be a festival about the resurgence of the She into, from Arcadia, or this could be about something else. Who knows? But it's a festival going on, and they will like their lovely, lovely Baron to see to them in their festival and whatnot. It's a joyous occasion.
I will happily RSVP to accept their invitation. They seem to have a festival nearly every other week.
A party town, apparently.
But yes, I will happily show up. And, I will tell them that I will be doing the thing. And because I am, nice like that, I will even throw my 5 dots of resources into buying them food and drink for their festival.
They will surely appreciate this. Um, so basically, this invitation just don't goes out to Void Process. It goes out to everybody in the in the barony. So if you happen to be around, you see these invitations. Basically, it's a joyous occasion. They want people to be there. They want people to celebrate.
Celebrate good times. Come on.
So it's Happy Resurgence Day.
Pretty much.
Okay.
They are basically getting into the swing from being savage mountain folks to being civilized a little bit. So they're learning about a lot of stuff. So basically, they want to be joyous on this occasion. So is y'all heading there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when y'all get here, it's just like this picture, but more spread out. You see people having fun, drinking, laughing, carry on, and when they see their Baron, they bow to him deeply and say "Happy Resurgent Day," and they basically present him with gifts. Some of it is basically like wood-crafted horse to a wood-crafted sun to basically just a lot of stuff that's basically made from the heart. But there's gifts. So for anybody who follows there with him, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. What do y'all do? It's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of stuff to get into.
Yes, your show would probably be with, Void Frost because, Squire.
Bark will be sampling food and participating in any sort of game or event. He will go on and tell stories if there's some sort of story exchange.
It's not no story exchange. There's a story champion, not champion, a story tell-off. There happens to be an old man up there with basically he looks old. He looks looks like a grump, and he basically have a bottle in his hand, and he's like, I have a story to tell.
Oh god, they let him out of his box. Run away!
Oh, that's fantastic. Drunk
A
stories.
story to tell. Yeah, stories. As he continues to drink. Yes. What was I doing here again?
You were just leaving.
Well then, I should and he'll just kind of fall over and then just start crawling.
I caught Jester, everybody. There we go.
And everybody just looks and just like, wow. And just like they're so used to this guy that basically they just like, oh, this is just him just being an old drunkard again. But the plateau is the little stage is open for anybody to hear a tale or two. If anybody wants to.
Not currently. He is still new to town and learning the lay of the land. He's making small talk with
Saoirse's
people
not one for stories.
Well,
Voidfrost
Sure.
he will clap his hands to get the attention of everyone, and he will say, "Ladies, gentlemen, your attention to celebrate the resurgence of the She and Gaidia. I would like to announce my squire will favor us with a song, something to exemplify the unity between the She and the common folk." As he nudges Saoirse forward.
She would nod. Of course. And I suppose she would take the stage. I have no idea what I would have her sing, but you know what? Seriously.
Lovely second voice.
marvelous.
Let's go get that dice pool.
Yep, it's our scene already set up. You sing. And after that, I want you to roll. I want you to roll. Basically, a 1d2 after you get done with your performance. Damn.
That is luckily one success because Jesus, those ones.
Okay. Roll the 1d2.
Our Jesus was not kind to you.
No, it wasn't. That was bad. 2.
Ah, perfect.
Oh God.
So when you sing, 1 is just enough to get the whole to get the the hymn out. To get you start to sing like you hitting the high notes, but you ain't hitting it the way Whitney Houston would hit the high notes. Like you trying to get there, but it's not there. But it's just enough for these hill folks here. But when you sing, you get a very weird sensation.
What kind of weird sensation?
Almost like you are being watched.
I mean, well, she's on stage, so that kind of insinuates she's being watched, but
I mean, it's not one of those you be like it almost feels like you are the only person in the room, but somebody else is watching you or something.
Hmm. So just that very uncomfortable feeling. Okay.
Yes. That's probably the reason why you messed up on your song. It was happening during the time when you was basically singing. And you kind of
Okay.
got distracted a little bit.
Yeah, that was far from her best performance. She would make her way back over to Void Frost.
Where's the scene at again?
Newshire.
Okay.
And then, given my house's proclivity to being the lane hunters, can I get a perception kenning?
Go ahead.
Okay. Standard diff.
Mm-hmm.
So 4, 3. That's 7.
Oh shoot! I completely forgot her voice of the songbird. That would have been more successes. That would have been 3 successes.
The difficulty for this is either 5 or 4, depending on whether or not it relates to the lane or not.
Okay.
So what should I... So I'm just going to roll 7d10. I'm not going to put the her kenning. Does my insightful spec count?
I will say yeah.
All right. And can't botch because house. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, potentially 9, potentially 10, minus 1.
Okay. Basically what you get, you feel basically almost as if somebody did the ice bucket challenge just out of nowhere. You get the chills, man. Something's here, man.
With 10 successes.
Yes, you feel like something is here. And it ain't nice.
Okay. He will roll back, kind of pop his neck and loosen his joints for a moment. He'll kind of just grab his cane with both hands and hum to himself for a minute. And
Why you do that, Anthony?
What's up, boss?
You get basically you walking around. You hear about the hill folk of Newshire is having some resurgent day. They finally getting hit to basically the holidays and whatnot. So basically, they having a little festival.
Oh, cool.
So they say everybody's invited. Trying to get to know people.
He's been here on several different occasions, so yeah.
Yeah, they know you. Everybody's having a good time. You see, the Baron and them.
There's a polite nod for his station. And polite, nods to both Burke and Saoirse.
Saoirse looks somewhat disturbed, I would say,
Mm-hmm.
as she's, approaching Baron Voidfrost again.
Boyfrost has his hands clasped behind his back as he's just kind of looking out over the sea of the happy people.
There in Void Frost. I'm not sure what it is, but something feels wrong.
Define wrong.
Do you know that feeling you get when someone is staring at you a little too intently? That sort of chill that runs down your spine. It's that feeling.
I am somewhat familiar with it, though.
That's the feeling I'm getting right now while I was up there.
Well, I have no doubt whatever it is will come out to say hello in its own time.
Alright, so I am going to be, as the standing back, kind of loosening the joints, cracking the knuckles, tapping the cane on the ground a few times. That will be my bunk for legend tripping. I'm going to include the time realm. I'm targeting myself. I know my true name. So it's 8 plus 1 minus 5 minus 1, I assume. 8 base difficulty minus 5 for knowing my true name, plus 1 for adding the time realm. And then just a simple 1-point bunk, so down to diff 3. So. Great. So I get 10 successes, and I will go ahead and write out how I'm going to divide those in a minute. But he's just sitting there. He was listening to the song, tapping along.
Anthony.
Yes, sir.
I want you to roll your perception awareness for this one. Difficulty
Can
7.
you roll me 6 dice, please? I'm on my phone.
All right, then.
It's a little bit too hot to be on the computer right now.
1 success. You see an individual like go by like towards an alley with basically like this black cloak on.
Can I have a deck stealth? I'm gonna try to tell this dude.
What's your roll?
6 dice. For everyone else looking at Aldwin, it looks like something caught his eye and he's turned on his heel.
Alrighty. Are you expecting your stealth?
I am not. No, actually, I am. Excuse me. Agile. Sorry.
So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 4. Take away as 2 success. Hold on right quick. All right. So you're telling them. For everybody else, I want y'all to roll y'all perception awareness. Difficulty will be 7.
You mean perception kenning, right?
Just perception awareness.
Awareness is a mage stat.
Yeah,
Keep
changelings don't
forgetting
have
about-
awareness. They have kenning.
Keep forgetting. Kenny, my bad.
Okay.
Always
said
get
based
them confused.
Um,
2
base
successes.
diff is 7. Said base diff is
Mhm.
7.
Mm-hmm.
Does this have to do with the lane? I have to ask because it's a continual modifier.
With this part, no.
Okay, so then it's only then I get just the -1. All right. That would be 5
All right.
successes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So y'all see a couple individuals with basically cloaks move very fast and go in different directions. But they all seem to filter like into alleys, basically.
I have my target.
So switch back around since y'all saying that. Switch back to Anthony. You tell him, and you basically see a group of these individuals.
Uh, can you roll me 5 dice? For a bunk, Aldrin's gonna pull his cloak around him, and he's gonna stay close to the shadows. So this will be a bunk for chicanery 2 veiled eyes.
Roll you how much?
5 dice. It's up to you how much of a negative I give for my bunk.
All right, I'm just 2 successes. What you see basically, you see a group of these individuals, and they are talking to basically, they're all just gonna look up. They was talking for a moment, and they're all just going to look up as basically this individual will drop from like this portal.
He's not gonna engage just yet. He's eavesdropping.
Okay, so as you basically you're eavesdropping, you're undercover basically. You're eavesdropping. You're far away back, and you hear them talking. They look. The one with the basically the scythe with the chain looks around. It's time to initiate the plan. Go forth. And basically, you see these 4 individuals. The one that has the white mask nod and kind of start walking away, and then they will basically change into different. They will change into basically villagers.
So where does the one with the scythe go?
The one with the scythe, he turns into basically he just turns to another villager and just walks away.
Start tailing that villager.
All righty then. So I'm gonna hold you off right there. Y'all 3. Back to basically the bear now. Y'all 3. Y'all know basically weird people. but like people, black cloaks, like kind of went their separate ways and kind of went ducked off somewhere. What is y'all doing?
I'm going to be moving closer to. How many other she are present? Are there a lot currently here?
Basically,
Or is the only one in the general area?
The only one in the general area, because these are basically they're not much she around, but basically the only ones who's around is like the Baron and whatnot.
And his surprisingly small entourage for the day.
Yeah.
And I will move close to the Baron and Sorsha. Unscrewing the top part of my cane as I walk over. Nod at the Baron.
Ah, a pleasure to see you again.
Yes. I wish it was under more pleasant circumstances. There's a foul whiff in the air.
Now then, let me show you how it is the she deal with interlopers. Hey, Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
What Voidfrost does is he walks up onto the stage and he bangs his foot on the ground for emphasis to basically get people to look at him.
Say it again.
He walks up onto the stage that people were singing on and having contests on. He basically bangs his foot on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And he holds out his hands like in a grand gesture.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Riddle me this or riddle me that. Come here now. Uninvited. Now, that's very rude. I want all of you who came here to do harm to my subjects to put up your hands." And I'm going to dictum the entire crowd.
Oofda.
This is how the she deal with business.
Uh-huh.
So his actual command is going to be all those of you who came here to do harm to do harm to this to do harm to this freehold. There we go. It's more general, kind of in case they just don't want to hurt my subjects and they want to kill me. That's still harming the freehold. So I will roll his dice pool. He's going to do this without a bunk because the bunk's not really important for this particular cantrip. But he is in a freehold, which will lower the difficulty by 1. I am affecting Fey, which is my affinity realm. I have all 5 ranks of my Fey into it to do it, in case any of them are weird chimera or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Don't forget the +1 for scene.
Yeah, I was going to say, so it becomes difficulty 6, which becomes difficulty 7 with scene. And I'm going to spend me a willpower. Holy Mary, Mother of God. That is 7 successes with willpower.
So I'm gonna hold you off right there.
Okay.
Anthony,
What's up?
you're telling the one with the scythe who turned to just like a regular visitor, right?
Yeah, he's about to have a bad day. But I want to see what
You're like
What you say?
super quiet.
about to have a bad day, but I want to see what's about to happen.
So you're telling him he's not usually people who have like who want to do some like dirty stuff. Usually people they'll look over their shoulders like, oh, like is somebody there? But this guy ain't doing that. He's moving, weaving until he get to a well. And basically he will throw a black apple in it.
Mm-hmm.
Just casually toss it in there. And that is when basically the whole what Void Frost do activates, and he stops, and he basically turns around and start walking towards where the gathering is.
Is there any people around him?
Basically, there was like people. Usually, this is where they fetch water at. There were just people. They wasn't really paying attention to him. Like, oh, just wasn't really just. They weren't paying attention to him. Basically.
Okay. All right. So, fuck it. I know what the hell I came here to do. So that this is not my barony. So Dex plus melee for me is 5 for that, 2, that's 7. Plus the stealth dice, that would be 6, so that's 13 d10. At difficulty of 4 because of the knife.
Okay. So what? How much was the dice roll?
13 d10 at a difficulty of 4.
All right. 1, 2, 3. That was the hit, right?
Yeah, just to hit him.
1, 2.
This is a headshot. Sorry.
4, 5, 6. So okay. That will be a hit. Because that is 5, 6, 7. Then take away that, so 6. Damage. So I already know the rollover.
All right. So with damage, you're adding 15 dice on top of whatever the rollover is.
Okay.
This is aggravated damage. Oh, plus 3. Sorry, because of the headshot.
Oof,
all right. All right. Roll his stamina.
Also, he has to make a stamina check at a difficulty of 8. If not, he is stunned for whatever his stamina is.
If it's he's out.
Oh, whoops.
He basically, you do it and the knife, ka-thunk, and he's like, "Wah!" And he just falls, and basically he reverts back into basically that ugly form that he is.
Oh my God. If I reverted, all the villagers would have seen this you murking a mofo went down.
Jesus.
So that guy goes on my shoulder, and I go to fish out the apple because I now have evidence.
Okay. You fish out the apple. The apple is broken. Like you easily grab that apple. The apple is broken open, and you see like little lines trailing around, like inside of it.
Can I get an intelligence gray man?
Yes.
That would be 6 dice for me.
Difficulty will be 7. No, you got 2. You feel like something was inside of it.
Can I have a remembrance roll, please?
Alrighty then.
That I don't remember off the top of my head. I apologize.
Remembrance is, I believe it is intelligence remembrance. Difficulty varies anywhere from 6 to 8.
How much is your remembrance in intelligence?
That would be 6 dice for me.
Okay, difficulty will be a 7.
Spending a willpower in this.
All right, you have 2 success. You can tell that basically, there's ways to. You remember a long time ago that there was a very powerful individual who basically created a spell that allowed creatures to hide in apples. A weird one. Basically, in order to release this creature, you had to throw the apple into a well.
Oh, golly. Well, I bring the remnants of the apple, kind of put it in a handkerchief, drag this guy by the scruff back to the freehold.
Yep, you drag them and back to y'all. Void Frost, you basically see two villagers step out in front of everybody and basically unveils themselves to be them.
Oh, black rabbits. They seem to pop up wherever I go.
And they just standing right there silent.
Do they appear to be armed? Like, do they have weapons on them?
What do you say?
Do they appear to be armed, aka have weapons on them?
They have basically two daggers, basically like on their head.
Hmm.
And they basically looking at you and like they basically standing right there in attention to you.
First hops down from his from where he's standing. I'm gonna basically rip off one of their masks. I want to see what's underneath it.
You rip off one of their masks, and it looks like your typical commoner.
Citizens, these individuals seek to do you harm. They seek to disturb your peace. They seek to ruin your festival. They seek to bring chaos and pain wherever it is that they step. However, I'm merciful. I am not without pity. He smiles as he looks towards the two individuals. So, I am not without pity, I am not without mercy, and I'm not without a sense of enjoyment. Let's have a public execution!
And people they look, that's like, oh, public execution. They're like, oh, yeah, they're just this is the first time something like this ever happened. So you hear the people discussing with themselves like public execution. Oh, this is this is never heard of such a thing being done before.
These individuals have declared war against the Ashit and against all that is good and just. In accordance with the edicts of the Duke, as I have been commanded, I sentence you both to death. Do either of you have any last words before I carry out the sentence?
Down with the nobles.
I thought you'd say something like that. And what Void Frost does is he flicks out. This is not in any way artistic or interesting. He flicks out two knives from behind his back from two sheaths that he keeps under the cloak, and basically drives them up through their chins into the brain pan.
Do he do that to one of them?
No, he did them to both of them at the same time. Basically, two hands, two knives, off both.
So in total, it was 5 of them, but now it's like it's two of them is dead, and one guy's shaking. You know he ain't about that. One of the guys is starting to just
I tell you, kiss my ring. Acknowledge that the nobility. He won't say the she. Acknowledge that the nobility rule for a reason, and confess as to the location of your fellows, and I will let you live.
He looks and he's like, and he pulls off his mask, and when he is about to basically kiss, the other guy next to him stabs him in the neck.
Ugh, such a poor use. Oh well. Void Frost, he looks slightly disappointed as he very casually turns around, before he's replaced the knives in the sheets. Before once again he draws another weapon. He just draws a heavy pistol, just bang, 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 bang. He empties them. He empties the cartridges into the last one standing, who just stabbed the one who was going to surrender.
Yeah.
Being a lord is such bloody work these days, he says as he clicks in a new round into the magazine. Well, my apologies. Play music. Get back to the party. Everybody happy. There we go.
And they certainly do that. They get back to the party, but they kind of talking about that.
He looks at Saoirse and he says, "Sometimes to rule one must be merciless, particularly to those whom do not deserve mercy."
Of course, and she hands him a handkerchief to clean off the knives.
He will very delicately dab his hand. "I'm curious, Sia. How was it that you knew that these individuals were here?"
He taps his nose.
Oh, sir, not sure. You, Mr. Burke.
Yes.
That feeling still hasn't gone away.
There are more. There's
the
magic still sits in the air. I can still smell it.
I tell you what, Mr. Burke, you and I will make a new arrangement. Find this magic for me. Find out where this corruption is. Help me root it out, and I'll pay for your freehold dross requirement. Deal.
Is it alright to say Alduin comes back at this point?
Oh, yes, of course, yeah.
Alduin sort of like chucks a body to the ground.
Funk.
I thought they killed that one.
That one got away. This was, I believe, the leader. And he pulls out this black apple. I believe that this kind of placing it on the table is somewhere some type of chimerical creature has been released into the city. Where? I'm not sure.
Well, that's just wonderful. All these things seem to care about is killing. They don't seem to be very discriminate about it.
What way to cause more harm than just wholesale slaughter?
But if you wanted to win over the common folk, then the chances are they'd be more happy if you didn't burn their homes, take their things, and, I don't know, brutally kill their brothers, sisters, children, etc.
One would suppose, but he'll sniff the air. Just
Burke, I believe if you saw the apple, I think you might be able to have a further grasp on maybe what you were looking for. I'm not too sure. This isn't my area of expertise.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the apple.
Mm-hmm. It's an all-black apple with black innards.
Okay. You said the diff for this, or the diff on the remembrance roll was 7?
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to gray mare?
If you were the gray mare, it will still be the same difficulty.
Okay. I'm gonna remembrance this because I have a larger dice pool. and I get a -1. Yes, -1 on that. So int is 4, remembrance is 6, so that's 10 dice. Does insightful count?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 6 successes.
So what you trying to figure out?
Nature of this, the chimerical creature, this particular thing that got, or the thing that got released through the apple.
Well, what you get with basically that success, you know that basically this creature likes very dark places.
Mm-hmm. What else do I know about this creature?
And it grows, and it basically, when it hits water, it grows at a very ridiculous rate.
What does it feed on?
Well, usually it prefers a nice plump toboggan, but you know it'll take any changeling.
Feeds on changelings. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Does it rapidly multiply?
No.
Okay, so it's generally like one creature. It's not one thing that splits and then splits and splits and rapidly breeds.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Where are places that these creatures have been seen in the past?
They're rare type of creatures. You will have to probably talk with that. You probably have to talk to somebody like a renowned person who hunts like chimerical creatures.
Cool. All right, so I will convey that information to those present.
All right. So what you're saying is we need some magical weed killer.
It's more like a terrible fish. Bunch of magical bleach in the water supply.
Ugh. Wonderful. That is wonderful.
And it's been released into the water supplies of the city.
Eesh. Well,
This
then,
is
what
like
do you
any.
recommend?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you go ahead, Anthony.
If this is like anything that happened at the garden party, your situation may be more grave than you think.
Well, then how do we root it out?
In my case, I was able to concrete over and probably dig out the source of it, but I don't know how far this has gone. And cutting off a warrior supply seems like a terribly bad idea.
It likes dark spaces. It likes nooks and crannies. If you were to just illuminate the water beneath the city, you'd drive it out.
For the record, I will point out that New Shire is entirely underground.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ah, Scene 5.
Hmm.
Flicker flies in scene 5.
I unfortunately do not have the correct. I mean, Does anyone here have Illuminate?
That's Pyretics too, ain't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I have that.
Aha.
Heretics 2. Yep.
Sorry, give me just a moment to sneeze. Alrighty.
Bless you.
Thank you. How much scene does Alderman have?
3.
I'll give him the 2 extra dross to make up the scene if you can illuminate the water supply.
Oh,
Let's
God.
wipe it out.
Alright. Okay, for the bunk, Alduin will do 1 point of lethal to himself. He will take the blood and begin circling and tracing out the words for illuminate, the true name of it. Start scrying and scribbling, and then he'll put both hands down and kind of force glamour into it, like giving it life. So, depending on how much of a bunk you want to give me for that,
I'll do a
that
3.
we're in a freehold, correct?
Correct.
Freehold. Da, 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 da. I am. Alright, that. Plus the willpower, I think I'm operating at difficulty of 5? If I'm counting everything properly? Yes.
Oakley schmokely.
So for me, that would be, we're rolling, gotta catch that. So I spent 2 more for that. For the, what I thought I don't, or that's minus 2 cards. That's 10 dice. And I'm down 2 draws to make sure I catch everything that's underneath.
Okay. So that'll be. Yep. So you're illuminating the water, right? Basically, like super illuminating.
Yep.
When you do that, it takes a while. Not wow, but like it takes the light goes into the water and basically just expands, and you start hearing the ground beneath y'all starts to shake.
Well, it was a nice town while it lasted.
Shit.
Indeed.
As basically
Oh dear.
you will hear this screeching as this thing will emerge out of the ground.
I think you have a bug problem.
Oh, hell no. How
And
many
it
of those?
basically using just one. Just one.
Kill it. Kill it now.
Also, with Illuminate, I believe everyone is at a -1 to hit it because it's shining like a beacon.
It's just like. So we roll for initiative.
Oakley dokley.
Cool.
Um, and Bark will look over at White Frost and Sorsha I shall be your guard, which triggers the Yojimbo state, as I'm calling it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a good idea because she is not good in a fight.
I have an initiative of 12.
Diamond, can you roll me? That's 5 plus 3. 1d8. 1d10 plus 8.
If somebody would be so kind to collect the initiative and put it on the side.
Sir. Alright, so go in the calculator now. Void Frost, you're on a 12. That D10 plus 8, that was for Alduin.
Yep.
So that's 14. Sorsha, Neil.
13.
What's your dex, Austin?
5 right now.
So's mine. What's your wits?
5.
You beat me on wits.
And then what is the bat going on?
Bat's going on 10.
Okay. Oh. Alduin at 14, Sorsha 13, Bark at 12, Void Frost 12, Bat 10.
By the way, is it safe to assume that Saoirse could get a gun from Void Frost? Pokes the Evan.
Don't worry, the villagers give you a hunting rifle.
A hunting rifle. Get it?
Marvelous.
That works. She has higher firearms than she has any other, athletic thing. So.
All right,
And as this, so before, my bad, before combat starts, you hear basically the issue start singing, "We don't like no bats up in here. We don't like no bats up in here. We don't like no sticking bats, and we don't like no sticking bats. We don't like no sticking bats in here." Everybody gets a +1 to their rolls.
Groovy.
Groovy.
Heard.
Gonna spend a point of glamour to raise my fate of 4. Going to add +1 for scene to catch everyone, so that's 10. Alduin will take the lighter in his pocket, take the blood, smear it on the ground, light the blood on fire. This is a bunk for Phoenix song.
Okay, I'll give that a 3.
All right, so that's 7. Spending a point of willpower. That is 5. That's 9 dice. That difficulty of 7. Plus the willpower.
Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3. Then take away the 1. You have 2 successes.
All right. Everyone has Phoenix song. After the scene, they burst into flames and come back to life, assuming that nothing terrible happens to your ashes.
Gotcha.
Hooray. Saoirse.
You know what? Her arts are not going to come in handy here, so firearms it is.
I mean, gun is a good cantrip.
Super effective.
Just not have many dice for this, though. And you said the difficulty was lowered by 1?
Yep, you can see it. You can't miss it, literally.
Okay. Boop. Woot. That is 4 successes on the attack roll.
Kaplow!
4 plus 7. Well, 3 plus 7.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. Very excited, baby. And I'm going to mute while I'm typing because he is upset for some reason now.
That is the bat creature. Two, three, 4, 5. All right. So it will take 2 damage as you shoot it.
Pop, pop.
Damn.
Brooke.
Is it within stabbing range?
Yes, you can go up and stab it.
Okay. I will go on up and stab it.
Go on right ahead.
With the cane. It would help if I posted it in not the side chat, but in the Discord. So that's 8 successes.
Okay, all right. 7 rolls over.
So strength plus 2. Current strength is 5, so 7 plus 7, 14. Seven.
Alrighty then. One, two, 3. It will take 4. As you stab, and it's like,
Take me to the king.
poor thing was trying to sleep. It was just gonna sleep. Then only terrorize people when it wants. Now it's all baby.
Romanian fucking tales of people getting dragged off into the night.
Just gonna have something to eat every now and then.
Well, there goes Billy. There goes
Yeah.
Billy off into the sunset.
Oh, sorry. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Oh, excellent. How we doing so far? Sorry, I was getting a drink.
I mean, y'all been putting the beat on the creature. It's like,
You know what? Because Void Frost is just that bitch. Void Frost flicks out his own lighter, because I know Alderman already did this, and his bunk is going to be, he does the big thing, he just says, I never gave you permission to breathe. And he just blows the lighter. And that's going to be my bunk for Dance of the Five Kings. So,
all right, I'll give you a 3.
Cool. be in a freehold, and it's my affinity, which means it drops to difficulty 3. It's going to learn today. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 aggravated damage to him.
You said what? 5?
5 ag damage to him.
All right. You hit it, and it's like it's hurting. Now it's its turn. Basically, who has animal can?
Animal can? Let me check.
No.
No, sir. I was made to do one very specific thing.
Mom said that you.
Exactly.
If not, I will do an empathy. Who has empathy? Perception, empathy.
I got
Yeah.
lots of that. I got perceptions and empathies.
Yep.
I have none of the empathy.
Typical she. Why are you crying? Oh. That's unfortunate. Diamond, can you roll me 5, 6 dice? No, 5 dice, excuse me.
Difficulty is standard.
Standard.
Okay. Does insightful count?
No.
Okay. 5 successes.
All right. So you'll see basically this creature will literally throw up in the hole where it was at, basically, and then it will basically have tears coming down his eyes, basically.
Oh no.
And his lip will basically curl up to that like, and basically it'll kind of curl up into this little fluff ball. Like it doesn't want to get hit anymore.
Okay.
And that's his actions.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
What's unfortunate?
That thing's about to get murked, and I don't feel bad.
Oh.
Like, yeah. Duty before this thing's feelings. I guess 7 dice.
You said you going to hit it?
Yeah, like what?
How many dice?
70, 10.
Take me to the king.
I did love when fucking Pinkerton just kept singing that through the eyeshare scene.
He knew he was gold. Yes.
So
I mean, he lived.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, how much damage?
It's still my daggers do an obscene amount of damage, and I have a strength of 5 because I cheated. So that's 15 plus whatever rollover.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then take away that 1.
I don't think one's take away from
Ones don't
damage
take
rolls.
away on damage.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that will basically you kill the bee like as it screams. You kill it.
Is that all of them, or are there more?
What was that, Baron?
Is that all of them, or are there more?
I followed one. I don't know if there's more or less.
That seemed too easy.
Depends on how many apples were dropped or how many beasts.
I only saw the one.
Is does this sound like the thing that I remembered based off of what I could pull out?
What'd you say again?
Is this the thing that he remembered? I think is what he said.
Yes.
By the way, Diamond, depending on the difficulty, I rolled an intelligence Greymere check. Is there any part of this creature that is would be suitable for the harvesting? Yes, I'm literally going to loot the corpse. For a magical reagent to make into a treasure later.
Damn. That's some unseelie shit right there.
You can do some with the bones.
All right. In that case, when the villagers return, I will have them basically skin and bone the damn thing.
And I have returned.
You have returned.
I think we're about to skin and butcher a Thaling.
So basically you start to see something crawling from out the hole.
Mm-hmm. There.
And this is when your senses, Austin, your character senses start going crazy.
Oh,
And you'll see this.
Oh
shit, it's plankton! Get it!
It's a small little thing. And it's just crawling. And it looks up at you.
Shtick! I stab it.
Oh shit.
And that thing's triggering my Thaling sense, correct? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
You came here thinking there would be mercy. You were wrong.
There's way too many unseelie in this scene.
I think all of us are.
The only one that has like a moral compass is like the Thaling hunter, and he's exuberating it right now through the skull.
Yep.
Oh, you stab
That's
it?
triggering Thaling. Stab.
You stab it?
Yep.
And it basically it lets out like a little scream like
Unfortunate. It was kind of cute.
And he will get it off of his sword. Does that ominous ice bucket challenge feel go away?
oh, it goes away.
Why is it we can never have a nice festival?
So, harvest for Dross?
Yeah, harvest it.
Go right ahead.
Alright, so... nails.
I will say, Voidfrost has claimed the animal's bones, because he's going to make magical reagents out of it. So I'm not sure if you drink its glamour, will that destroy its bones?
What you say?
I was saying, if he harvests the glamour, will that destroy its bones?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Then yeah, harvest away.
So it is.
Oh. Oh dear. Well, this got dark quick.
So.
Oh.
So. So things can be harvested. I always forget how many times. Draws, call the glamour, rolls glamour. Success is equal to. How many glamour did this thing have?
Which one? The baby one?
Yes.
The baby one only had about like 3.
Okay. So I can make up to 9 rolls off of the little baby.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, I'm sorry. 5 times its permanent glamour rating. Oh no.
Is that off the bat creature or is that off the baby Thallane thing?
Just
The
the baby.
The baby.
Oh.
Void Frost finds draining glamour from Chimera like that distasteful, so he'll walk away. You hear the click of his boots on the cobblestones.
And Saoirse would join him.
By the way, do you want a better gun than that? I can get you a good gun.
Actually, that would be helpful.
9, 11. 13. Yeah, just gonna. I got my 15 dross harvested off of it.
And how many times did you roll, Austin?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So I could take. Is there any more left to harvest or no?
There's still a couple of attempts left on it.
All right, then, Diamond, can you roll me? I guess you roll your permanent glamour, right?
You roll your permanent glamour, difficulty 7.
So I guess that's 7 dice. No, excuse me, 6 dice. Yeah, 6 dice. However many attempts that are left to pick up the rest.
I'll say about 3.
I need to head out, guys. So I'm gonna just. I'll talk to y'all later. Okay.
No problem.
All right, later.
Bye.
All right, I'll re-roll your 3. All right.
It's also getting late for me. I have to be up in 7 hours.
Sure. So we want to end our scene here.
Yeah, we can end our scene there, and then I have to tell you what I'm about to do with the corpses. Shit's about to get dark, yo.
All right, then. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you for watching. It's been another exciting episode of the Dublin venue of Changeling.